One of those buildings hit the American embassy.
The American embassy is collapsed. The bottom floor with all the staff possibly inside is just pancaked. It's gone.
Alright, shalom, shalom. First film started by saying, Kal, Halimla, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rukaha Kodash. Second, let the elders, the ruler, become worthy of double honors, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine, which are the Presbyterian of GMS, beginning with the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders on down. I also want to say peace, salutation to all you who came on the highways and byways to continue to post this truth in honesty and in sincerity, and they feel in the names of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh means He is or He exists. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls JC. Yahweh Shai means He deliverer or His Savior, and the Ruach Kodesh is the Spirit Holy. And these are the names they're supposed to call upon, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and all you among the heathen that may look like the heathen, but your seed line goes back to the patriarchy of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on your father's side, right? So going into it, this is breaking news. Actually happened yesterday, and there's still tremors that's happening today. This is breaking news coming out of Port Vila, okay, an island. And there was a great earthquake, a 7.3 magnitude earthquake that hit that island, and it has brought devastation across the board, but mainly on the consulate of American, British, and also I believe the UK embassies. Okay, and so this video is not going to basically show you how America, okay, Babylon the Great, okay, that great whore. This is indicative to the fall of America. All right.
It was followed by a cluster of strong aftershocks. There's no tsunami threat to New Zealand. Simon Merseb has more details.
There's definitely some people in there, hopefully still alive.
It was a grim and tense scene in the capital Port Vila this afternoon. This pancake building contained stores owned by the local Chinese community. One man gave this chilling first-hand description.
Just had a major earthquake in Port Vila. God knows what it was. There's multiple buildings that have come down around town.
One of those buildings hit the American embassy.
The American embassy is collapsed. The bottom floor with all the staff possibly inside is just pancaked. It's gone.
That's right. The American embassy is collapsed. Okay. And it's become pancakes. Everything is gone, like the man said. Like I said, so this is going to be indicative or an indication of how America, aka Babylon the Great, is going to fall. And that fall is going to come great and it's going to come fast. Okay, and this is actually, that number 7.3, that's a very special number, because the number 7 means completion and 3 means wisdom. So America is going to be completely annihilated, completely destroyed. That's going to basically show how, teach the world, not how, basically give the world and the rest of the nations on how not to behave. Okay, that's going to basically usher in the fear of the Heavenly Father. These people are going to be wise towards that fear. Okay, I'm going into it. Like I said, this is Babylon the Great, and the reason why we said that is because going to the scriptures, it tells you that that Babylon the Great is going to be the city that's going to be upon many waters. Okay, that's going to be, that basically goes into like how America, it has its embassies, okay, and its and its posts around the world, okay, more than any other country. And this is one of the reasons why we said that America is that mystery, Babylon the Great in the scriptures. It's the book of Habakkuk 2 verse 5, and it says, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Talking about the so-called white man, really his whole nation, okay. It says, neither keepeth at home. Right, that's why America, it has its embassies, okay, and its consulates all over the world. Okay, he wants to be in everyone's business. Okay, he wants to be in everyone's, backyard and trying to control things, from the back room. Okay, that's what they've been doing. That's how they're able to have the whole world under, their rule. Okay, because ultimately, they go into these countries, then they set up puppet leaders. Okay, and they set up their military bases in these countries. And by them doing that, they're able to influence the countries to where, they have, as I call them, they have the American interests, okay, scattered all over the world. When you talk about the American interests, that really goes into like basically how they have their, they rob the nations that they occupy, Okay, they might come in and occupy the nation. They set up the military bases, they set up their embassies there, and then through, the sleight of hand, they rob these nations blind. You see, it says, neither keepeth at home who enlargeth his desire as hell, okay, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Okay, America cannot be satisfied. America wants to be in everyone's business. They want to be, they want to spread the democracy everywhere. Okay, they want to basically like have the whole world westernized to where everyone basically goes marches to their beat. Okay, that's why they everyone can become an American citizen no matter what country you're from, no matter where you're from. As long as you are basically like adhere to their rules. Anybody and anyone can become an American citizen. Okay, there's really little when it comes to basically like what it takes for you to become an American citizen. Okay, all you have to do is basically be able to get that green card. Okay, and now even have people just coming into America. There's no borders. There's no basically I want to say there's no vetting these people. To where anyone can become an American citizen. So that goes to show you that America is that place known as Babylon the Great, which that word Babylon means confusion. Then it says right here, it says, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and keepeth not, and heapeth up unto him all people. That's what America has done. This book of Micah 2 verse 2, so it's also known as the great melting pot. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. They do that when they establish their embassies across the world. They establish their military bases across the world, the consulates. And then they influence these countries to where they're able to take away the resources, and bring in the so-called aid. Okay, and through that they're able to actually gain control of these nations, and then they take away their riches, their wealth, right? And then they bring in the so-called democracy, and that even furthers takes down basically like I want to say what's the word? The sovereignty of a country. Okay, and then they have you basically use the dollar. The dollar is known as the world reserve currency. That's why once again America is that place that's known as Babylon the Great. Okay, now it's being judged. Okay, now it's being thrown down. Now it's being made bare in all the earth. You see?
One News understands the New Zealand consulate is in the same complex.
We definitely need help in Port Vila. Most of the communications have gone.
Video has also emerged of locals looking to get to higher ground. We have seen pictures of military personnel called in and of local Red Cross workers in action. Now, Vanuatu is one of those Pacific countries often hit by seismic activity. There are up to 2,000 seismic events a year. The difference here is what's happened is struck way out, rather than being way out in the ocean, it's hit much closer to a populated area, Simon.
What have you heard from New Zealand officials?
Well, first off, to be clear, there's no tsunami alert for New Zealand. New Zealand Foreign Affairs has made contact with its High Commissioner there. She confirms that our High Commission building has sustained significant damage. Now, we've got some pictures here of the new American Embassy. The New Zealand High Commission building is in the same complex as this, along with the French and British diplomatic posts.
So you have the new U.S. Embassy, the New Zealand consulate. You have the French embassy, and also the British embassy. So all of these are from all these are of the nation of Esau Edom, the nation of of the so-called white race. Okay, this is the man. The man tells you in the Habakkuk 2 verse 4, like I just read. It says he's a proud man, talking about the so-called white man. Here it is, he wants to be in everyone's business, is in everyone's country, okay, is in everyone's backyard, trying to, control things, trying to, preserve his so-called American interests, or whatever interest country, whether it be French, British, New Zealand, okay, they all have the interest. Basically, that goes to like them robbing these countries blind, you see.
We do know there are 45 New Zealanders registered as being in Vanuatu. That's registered. There may, of course, be many others there who we are not officially aware of. Now, Foreign Affairs is advising New Zealanders there to follow the advice of local authorities.
There's a man right here, the proud man. Let's go ahead and grab this, go to the book of Revelation. All right. This is the book of Revelation, 17th chapter, and it says, verse 1 says, "And there came one of the seven angels with which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of that great whore that sitteth upon many waters." And going to it, says the great whore is America. The waters is talking about the nations that are the nations of the people. When you go, you can get that in the book of same chapter, Revelation 17 verse 15. And it says, "He said unto me, The waters which thou sawest were the whore, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues." Because America is, like I say, America is spread over the whole earth, and the spread thin. Same way with the Roman Empire, they tried to to spread themselves. Okay, they had a military bases in every other dominion. Okay, back then. That's the same thing with America now today. They have their military bases, they have their embassies all over the world. You see? So keep going back in back at the top here, verse 2, it says, "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk, and with the wine of fornication." Okay, that goes into their philosophies, okay, their democracy, okay, the way of their beliefs, right? It says right here, committed fornication, compromise their systems and beliefs to be in league with Babylon, wine for fornication and philosophies. That's right. So these other countries, because they say America, as that, as that great country, they really the whole world is in awe, has been in awe of America, right? So therefore, they welcome, the American influence. They want to be the same way as America is, so they can bask in the beauty of America, right? So therefore, they compromise their beliefs. Okay, they do away with the traditional ways, so now you have women wearing pants. Okay, you have women, talking about feminism. Okay, talking about women's rights. All this comes from America. Verse 3, it says, "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman set upon a scarlet beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns." We go into it. It says right here, the woman is America. The scarlet beast represents NATO and the EU. That's what the beast is. The beast is NATO and the EU. The beast is not Vatican. Okay, the beast is NATO and the EU, man. So scarlet is represents sin. The 7 heads is talking about the 7 kingdoms: Germania Major, Germania Minor, Italy, Greece, France, Spain, Britain. That's why in that there was a French embassy. You had the British embassy, and you also had the New Zealand consulate. But the main one was the American embassy. It says the 10 horns represents the common market of the European Economic Community, right? Established in 1958, it was originally comprised of Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Spain, and Portugal, England, and Ireland, West Germany. Same as the 10 horns spoken in Daniel, the 2nd chapter. So, once again, this goes into that man, the proud man, which is a so-called white man, a Caucasian race. He is the one that's, he's really that beast, okay? Which that beast goes back to the serpent in the garden. The serpent that beguiled Eve, okay, was that nation of people of the wicked root, okay, the wicked people, okay, the wicked man that that basically beguiled Eve and the people to go off and to rebel against the Heavenly Father. And now that same serpent is alive and well today, and is now the beast. Okay. So then I'm gonna jump down. Let's go to the 5th verse here. It says, "And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth." So this is America. Okay, this is talking about the US of A. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to the judgment now. Let's go to verse 14. It says, "These shall make." Let me see here. So verse 12 says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast." That goes into like referring the EU, right? The European Union, which before it was known as the EEC, or the European Economic Community, right? And it started with only 10 members, and so they said the 1 hour represents 41.6 years. Okay, so that goes to like tells you that basically like the way we see time, okay, the Heavenly Father is not the same. Okay, like it tells you in the I believe it's in either in Deuteronomy or Exodus, says one day the Most High is as 1,000 years unto us, right? And it says verse 13, it says, "These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." That's why all the other nations they basically give credence unto America, beginning with the ones in NATO and the EU, because America is ultimately the military power of the earth. It says, "One mind, the EU nations are in agreement with each other, shall give their power and strength unto the beast. EU will support NATO," which the type of NATO is America, right? Verse 14 says, "They shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them." The Lamb talking about our Lord Yahushai, which is going to come this time as a lion. Okay, Yahushua is not coming. First came as a lamb, okay, which he was crucified on the cross. But when he comes back, he's coming back as a lion. Okay, and he say he shall not meet thee as a man. It's coming back with that angelic force and that supernatural, glorious power, right? It says that for the Lord for he is the Lord of Lords and King of Kings, and they that are with him are called chosen and faithful. Talking about the elect, okay, which are also going to be part of his army when he comes back, and they're going to also take part in the vengeance of him is coming against his enemy, which the number one enemy is going to be Babylon the Great, America, right? So verse 15 says, "And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest can were the whore seated at people and multitudes and nations and tongues," right? It says verse 16, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, they shall hate the whore, shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." So it's going to be a time going to come to where all the nations, in NATO and the EU, they're going to come against America and actually, seek to destroy America, because America, has, through its greed and its, non-stop, lust for power, is actually going to, interfere, with other nations, getting their lick, okay? Like French, for example, they were basically like coming against Trump. You see, that's why Trump, really everyone hates on Trump, and they're saying that basically how Trump, is trying to, increase the tariffs, okay? It just came out that Trump wants to increase tariffs upon, on Canada, okay? And elsewhere in the world. So Trump is really, is going to affect the pockets of these other nations. The other nations in the NATO and the EU, they're going to hate America, and they're going to seek to destroy America. You see? It says that America always will take part in this destruction by the way of fire. That's right, ICBMs. Okay? And it says, verse 17 says, "For the Most High has put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and to give the kingdom unto the beast until the word of the Most High shall be fulfilled." Right? That's ultimately, for now, but ultimately, like I said, these nations are going to, it's going to backfire on America, and these nations are going to come against America and seek to destroy America. All right? That's great. Let's get this as well.
Shalom.
It's like, yeah, where was it?
Australian teams have been deployed to Vanuatu, helping in the mammoth search and rescue mission following 2 powerful earthquakes. The number of dead has risen to 14, with more people feared trapped in the rubble.
Using what heavy machinery they could find, army teams joining locals in a desperate search for the living in the capital, Port Vila.
We understand that there's 8 people trapped inside, and the guys are just moving slowly to be able to get in.
And through it all, repeated aftershocks.
currently trying to get in there and access where we know to be 2 or 3 people using the machines that we've got available.
A woman was rescued from one building after the 7.3 quake centred on the capital. Australian.
That was an earthquake, and tells you in the scriptures, that in the last times there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, let's go and grab that. This is the book of Matthew 24 verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Okay, so this is part of the signs and wonders to show you that we're living in the last days, last times. All right, but yet you have people like this guy right here, partying, Also tells you, as in the days of Noah, there shall be, marrying and giving to marriage. So at the same time, these things are going on in the same place. You have people on a yacht, partying, having a good old time, but everything else around them is collapsing.
Jesse Villa was on board a yacht with friends when the earthquake triggered multiple landslides that killed several people.
Oh my God! Are they going to be okay? Oh my God! Oh my God! Look at the cave! Look at the cave! What?
I should go and grab that as well, right? In the days of Noah, right? This is actually in the same chapter. Let me see here. Matthew 24 verse 37, it says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark." So here it is, the island is experiencing an earthquake. Okay, all hell is breaking loose pretty much. Things are collapsing everywhere. A huge earthquake, 7.3 magnitude earthquake. That's a huge, that's a big jump on the Richter scale, man. But yet you have these people on a yacht partying, having a good old time, and basically watching it from a distance, and it's not affecting them. Ultimately, that spirit of mirth.
Oh my God!
The earthquake struck at midday yesterday when the shops and streets were crowded. At least 2 buildings pancaked to the ground. The Billabong surf shop and a Chinese store.
That's where we think that there might be a reasonable number of casualties, unfortunately, because we don't know how many people are in there. We know there was a minimum of 3, but up to maybe 10 to 15.
The damage in Port Vila is widespread.
Terry's hurt.
Is he?
Yeah, all his legs.
Lost all our alcohol, our fridge, our stock.
While the main runway is undamaged, it's only open to emergency aircraft. 2 of the capital's water reservoirs have split open.
The city is completely out of electricity. It's completely out of water.
A specialist medical team from Australia left Darwin today.
One of our most critical Western Pacific deployments in recent times.
They can't get there soon enough.
The hospital is overrun with casualties being brought in.
The walking wounded are being treated outside the hospital, with medical staff operating under tents. A 64-person disaster response team from Australia is also on its way. Paramedics, firefighters and engineers.
They currently have live victims who they are rescuing. We know from one...
Now you have these Australians trying to go in there to offer in their assistance and their aid. Actually, that tells me that this was probably like a man-made, a man-made earthquake. Because ultimately, Esau Edom, he does these things to shake things up, so he can come in and actually clean up and take what he could not do. Take something that it couldn't before. Okay, whatever the case may be, it could be like minerals, it could be precious stones, whatever the case, they might have found something in that area to where they cause the earthquake to be, so that they can actually come in and come in for the taking. Ultimately, I'll tell you in the scriptures, this man, it does not do good. Okay, if it does good, it does it unwillingly. Then also that reminds me of another scripture, right? I believe it's in Ecclesiasticus. Surah 12 verse 16, Psalm verse 16 says, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood." So now, this guy right here, for example, you can see, look like they're concerned. They look like they're trying to come in and actually, help the people that, that are in dire straits. Okay, they're trying, basically they're trying to act like as if they are, coming to offer their helping hand. But really, this man does things, for nefarious reasons. All right. So verse 17 says, "In adversity, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee." Okay, so I'm surprised if it comes out, in the days coming, something comes out that they actually found some kind of precious minerals or whatever the case may be, or it could be oil, okay, or some kind of power source, okay, that this man wanted to come in and grab by force. So that therefore, he had to cause that earthquake, because ultimately this man, he has the power to do that. Okay, they have the harp weaponry. They can cause tsunamis, they can cause earthquakes, they can cause rain to fall, they can cause whole storms, everything, man. So this man, he will pull no stops. He will not stop until he gets his way. So he does anything they can to get to it, man. Right?
On site, 4 rescues overnight, and they've got 3 people they're rescuing right now.
Dan Robson and his rescue dog Winston are also making the trip.
This guy, man. Right, let's get this. Let's see. Yes, in the same book, Ecclesiasticus 14 verse 7, it says, "And if he doeth good," right? It says, "And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness." Okay, so if it does good, it is doing it unwillingly, and at the last he shall declare his wickedness. And ultimately, it might come out that, said, that they found some kind of power source or resources that this man wanted to take by force. So therefore, he caused the earthquake. And now he has his Australians, which Australia actually is not part of the NATO. Let's go and get that. And Australia is not part of NATO, but it's actually a member. It's like it's not a member of NATO, but it's a partner of the alliance. It says right here, no. Type it in, Australia member of NATO. It says no, Australia is not a member of NATO, but is a partner of the alliance. Right. So they use their own people, which also Australians are Edomites. Okay. Well, the so-called Caucasian man in Australia. Okay. He's from the nation of Edom. Right. That's where he has these people come in and so-called offer the helping hand, but really they come in there to undermine the people.
My dog can cover an area a lot quicker than a lot of other people can. Their sense of smell is so acute. It just makes life so much easier and so much more efficient.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I want to say Barata Yahweh, Barata Yahweh Shai. I want to say Kwame Sharola, Wa Abad Babala, and Shalom to Late Slow Makim.